Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. I feel like I've been gone for a long time. Now I know to you it seems like I've been posting on my regular schedule. I am officially moved into my new house. If you missed the update video, let's do a recap. I moved and I'm settling in. I'm not completely done unboxing things, but I need to get into the rhythm of filming, playing with makeup, and just kind of sitting down and chatting with you guys. I've missed you so much and I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to start playing with makeup. I have so much to test out and talk about in today's video, so we'll get to that in a minute. But I am filming my first video in my new setup. Now we have to adjust the lighting, of course. Things will change as we go along. Lighting, sound. I'm hoping that things are good for right now, but I am so happy to be back. Filming, turning the equipment on, it just feels so good. I have been missing out on doing a full face of makeup, number one. Missing out on filming, playing with new products, and I just cannot wait to share with you what we've got. We've got a lineup of all drugstore products today. I just want to get into it, kind of show you some products that I have ordered that have arrived finally. Kind of just catch you up on some things. I hope you've been doing well. I have been so busy. I wanted to actually film and vlog moving and all this kind of stuff, but it just didn't work out that way, because when you're in the moment of packing and putting things into boxes, the last thing you're thinking about is being tethered to a camera or a phone to record everything. So I didn't do that, and I wish I would have, to kind of give you guys some life vlog style content, but I didn't. Anyhow, we're gonna get into some makeup today. I am ready to dive in. I have some drugstore products to share with you today. I also have some high-end things that I ordered from Sephora because I had an address, so I ordered some things. I made it happen because I can't be without the new products. I gotta bring you all the good stuff, right? So we're gonna do the drugstore products today. Get your makeup goodies out, get a snack, get a drink, get cozy, and let's go. I am probably the last one on the planet to try this new product from e.l.f. This is the Halo Glow Skin Tint with a mineral SPF of 50. I ordered this right before I moved out of my old house. I didn't get a chance to even try it, play with it in a video, so we're doing that today. I'm gonna give it a good shake. I ordered the shade Light Neutral number 4. I hope that I have a good match. I honestly have a hard time matching myself to e.l.f. products when it comes to complexion-based products. They're either too light, too yellow, maybe too golden, too pink. So fingers crossed, I can actually make this work. Let's pivot a little bit though and do a face mist first. This is a new product from Milani. This is the Clean Start Prep Step. This is a hypochlorous acid spray. I actually use a hypochlorous acid spray in my skincare routine every single day. I use the one from Prequel and I'm actually completely out of that. So this is coming in clutch because I'm missing this in my routine, and this is a new launch that just came out from Milani. I like the color. It's kind of like a seafoam type of green shade, which I think is really cool. It has this spray cap. Now, let's hope the sprayer is good, but hypochlorous acid is very soothing. It's also antibacterial, so it helps with bacteria on the skin, breakouts if you're breakout prone. This is great to use really at any point of your routine in the morning or at night. You could use this after you cleanse your skin, pat your face dry, spray this on, go in with your toners, your essences. If you use them, your moisturizers, SPF, anything else that you want to go with this. This plays well with a lot of things. This is great to throw into your gym bag after you're doing a workout, taking a yoga class, going to do a spin class. Mist this on and just kind of get rid of the bacteria on your skin from the sweat. It just is one of those products that I think anybody can use, any skin type. So I'm so excited that Milani is actually launching something like this. So we're just gonna kind of let that hang out for a bit. Some people may not like the scent of it. Some people describe the scent of hypochlorous acid smelling a little bit like pool water. There is a subtle kind of hint of chlorine that you will pick up from this, but it doesn't smell like bad pool water. It doesn't smell like dirty water. It honestly is so faint to me personally, maybe because I'm already used to it, that I don't really notice it anymore. But if you're new to it, it's going to smell just a little hint of chlorine, and that is normal. Don't think that that's a bad sign of the product not working or being bad, but that misted on very easily, very thin, very lightweight, and it almost dries instantly. So now we get to go in with this. I'm gonna continue giving this a good shake. Now I have some brushes. Now I would admit I have not had a chance to clean my brushes, so I dug out some that look semi-decent for today. And then I went back and got myself a classic OG beauty blender because the one that started it all, this is such a great sponge and I'm ready. So I'm not sure if this is ideal with a sponge, with the fingers or with a brush, but we're gonna find out today. Like I said, I ordered light 4, so it's a neutral shade. Let me show you what that looks like. That is the light 4. Now, here's another issue. I have taken my summer vacation, I've gotten some color, and I know I'm gonna get a little bit darker with the rest of summer as we progress and get closer to school starting. We're outside, my kids are currently outside playing, doing bubbles, running around, picking bugs and things like that. So I know I'm gonna get a little darker, and this may not necessarily be an ideal match for me as we get a little bit more color, but I think I can do this. I think I can make this work. So let's go in with the sponge. Now, because this has a mineral SPF, I typically would use my fingers and apply this as part of my skincare routine. It's like a sunscreen with color. However, this actually does have some coverage, which is nice. I didn't know if it was gonna be too dewy. Now this may be a little bit more luminous, depending on what you put with skincare underneath. So just keep that in mind. I did not put a primer on. I kind of just skipped out on that because I really just wanted to get right on in. But you could use a primer for oil control if you have oily skin. This has been out for a little bit. Like I said, I'm the last one on the planet to try it, but I just kind of had to. I had to figure out, why is e.l.f. charging $18? Yeah, $18 for something like this. But when it comes to mineral SPF products, they are kind of expensive to create. So am I upset about it? Not really, because it's still quite affordable if you compare an $18 price point product that is a foundation, skin tint, SPF, skincare in one to something from, let's say, Sephora or even the prestige side of Ulta, which is the same store that you can buy these in person. It's not that expensive when you compare it to other skin tints like at Sephora. You could probably get a skin tint for well over 30 bucks at this point. So it does get expensive. So 18 doesn't seem as bad when you compare it to other brands, but it is still quite high for the e.l.f. brand that used to only be $1. Like, could you believe that? It used to be only $1. And now we're paying $18 for a product. But a lot of their products are still $10 and under, so that's really nice. And this, honestly, looks really, really beautiful. Now, my skin has been going through it. I have not had my full skincare routine until I started unboxing and moving my stuff into this new house. And it's only been a couple of days since I've done my entire multi-step routine. I've been just cleansing and moisturizing since I've been packing, since I was on vacation. So I do have a few breakouts. I do have a little bit of texture. We're gonna fix that, don't you worry. No new concealer from the drugstore that I've purchased yet. I don't know if there's one that's out that's new. If there is, let me know, drop me a comment. But I'm gonna use one of my classic, my OGs, the Infallible from L'Oreal. It's a full coverage concealer. It never fails me. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite products. I'm gonna go in with the pointed side of my beauty blender and just kind of blend this out. This is going to give me some coverage, cover up the dark circles. I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit lower to give me a little bit more coverage right in through this zone here where I typically want more coverage, where I have some acne scarring, I have a breakout right here. So I'm gonna try to cover that. Of course, I'm gonna have to set this. And if you're new to my channel, welcome, number 1. Glad you're here. Number 2, you're gonna be sick of me talking about the L'Oreal loose powder, the Blurfection. There's just nothing better than that at the drugstore. So that's what I'm gonna use today to set my under eye. I'm gonna use the pink tone loose powder, the Blurfection from L'Oreal. I have 2 different shades. I use the pink one for under the eyes. It is truly, like I said before, and I've said it in so many videos, it is some of the best that you can get at the drugstore. In fact, it is the best powder, and I'm just gonna show you right now. I'm gonna get it into my powder puff, get it nice and worked into it. You can kind of push it on the back of your hand, the palm of your hand, whatever you wanna do. I have just the concealer blended and nothing else. I'm gonna do one side, and I'm gonna show you the difference. It's gonna be bright. Let me show you how wonderful this powder is. Look at the difference. Set and very, very bright. Now, of course, we're gonna balance things out when we do the bronzing steps. It's gonna look good in the end, but just right now, look at the difference. It's set, it's bright, and here's just the concealer. This looks fine, nothing wrong, no problem, but this is brighter. And if you have any shine, I typically like to use the light shade, which has like a bit of a kind of light beige tint to it, not typically using the pink for brightening around my entire face. But for today's video, I'm just gonna use what I've got. And so all you have to do is just kind of press this in to the T-zone, over the nose, wherever you get oil. it's hot. So we want a little bit more powder without looking heavy, without feeling like there's a lot of powder. They've done such a beautiful job at creating a very finely milled product that not only sets, but looks smooth, blurred, gives you a filtered look to your skin without actually using filters on our devices, on our cameras. In person, it looks flawless, and it works with every single concealer I ever pair with this. Like, I just have nothing negative to say, and I don't think I ever will. I don't think I ever will. Let's do a little bit of bronzer, start adding some color and life back into the skin because we're looking pretty flat right now. I've got two products that are cream-based products that I wanted to try to incorporate into today's video. I'm gonna start with the cheapest one, if I don't drop everything. It's actually a foundation stick. So Essence launched foundation sticks. I'm going to use the foundation tone in a separate video because obviously I already did my base complexion today. So I ordered two shades, one that's a skin tone match and one that's a little bit deeper to use as a bronzer. The other product is from About Face. It's their Beach Freak Bronzing Sticks. Now, I was gonna use this today, but this is 20 bucks and it's a little bit up there in price point, even though About Face is on the drugstore side of Ulta. When you walk in, it's in the mass section where all the typical drugstore brands are, but it is a little bit up there. And you know, I already did use something quite expensive for the drugstore, 18 bucks with the e.l.f. product. So let's go into the Essence stick. It's a foundation stick that is 10 grams worth of product, and I have two shades. So the first one is shade 220, which I ordered to be used as a bronzer. And then for my skin tone match, I'm hoping that 110 is going to work. Now, I did order this after my vacation. I didn't anticipate to get this dark. I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but my arms are pretty golden. Let me just show you my shirt really quick because I got this a while back at Target. Is that not the cutest thing? It's Snoopy with a bow. How adorable, right? So my daughter, one of my daughters, my 4-year-old, she calls it Sloopy. So Sloopy with a bow. Isn't that cute? So we're gonna just save this for a different video. We'll do another video, of course, playing with that. But let's go in with the shade 220 and we'll do the About Face, maybe mixing it in with some more high-end products that are $20 and above. So just kind of balancing things out. I have not taken the seal off of this box, so let's give it a twist. So that's what the shade 220 looks like. Let me do a little bit of a swatch here so you guys can see. Very, very creamy, kind of a little bit dewy, quite slippery for a foundation stick. So I'm hoping that this is not going to slide off my face. I did set my face, so we'll see how this works over powder. I typically would have paused on the powder setting on the parameters if I'm gonna use creams, but whatever. We're gonna just we're just gonna go for it. Let's start at the forehead area. Let me get a brush. I'm gonna use my Rem Beauty brush, and I think this is the foundation brush. They sent this to me a while back. So I'm gonna use that because it's kind of smallish in size to blend this out. And this is quite golden, but it's gonna be fine. We're just playing with makeup. I can still give you my thoughts on the formula. I feel like it's kind of blending out nicely without, let me see, is it disrupting underneath? Not too bad. Feel like it's kind of slippery and quite movable though, the formula, so it can blend nicely. And I think I'm gonna go in with my Beauty Blender and continue to soften this. And it's blending out nicely. I mean, it is quite golden. And if you hear my kids, they're outside and I have my windows open so they can kind of probably look in and see me filming, but this is the first time that I'm filming in this new house. So if you hear them, they're just having the time of their lives out in the backyard. Okay, so that's not too bad. It is quite golden. Of course, we do need to add some around the face and it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be an okay match. I don't know, we'll see. I feel like this brush is still quite small, but this is gonna do just fine. It's just gonna take me a little bit longer to blend, but that is the shade 220. Not too bad, not too shabby. Oh, I think I put too much on, BRB. Now going in with that Infallible bronzer from L'Oreal to set this. And I feel like this tone from the L'Oreal is pretty close to what this looks like blended out. Now this is not a bad bronzer by any means, or I should say foundation stick. I'm using it as a bronzer today. It did blend out quite nicely and I don't feel like it messed up too much of my tinted skin tint from the e.l.f. one, the one that we used earlier in the video. I feel like that didn't move around too much. It didn't disrupt it, which is nice. I'm not too familiar with a lot of Essence complexion products. So if you love something from Essence, let me know what your favorite products are. I have a couple things, but they're not complexion based. Let's do some blush, and this is one of my favorite steps of my routine. I love blush. I have blush blindness. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. So I have these out of my vanity. I pulled out all of my Morphe products, the newer ones, and these are incredible. I kind of am leaning towards this one. This is the shade called Blind Date, which is a little bit more pink. This one that's a little bit more peachy is called Beach Bonfire. Beautiful. These are fairly new. Morphe is doing a complete revamp, and they're just kind of changing everything. The products, formulas, packaging, branding, everything is different. Not the Morphe that we used to know, and it's great to see that. This gives you 2 creams and a powder. So the center cream is going to be a luminous finish that you can use as a blush topper or as a highlight if you want. You have the cream at the top that is more of like a satiny kind of cream. It's not super dewy, but there is a dewiness to it. And then you have a powder to set that down. You can use just the powder, or you can use it on top of the creams, mix and match shades. Use all 3 if you want. I'm gonna just use powder today because I feel like that's the best option with the heat today and not using a lot of cream. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the powder on the Blind Date trio. I'm going to use my Rare Beauty brush, and this is actually a really nice brush. I should use it more often. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that and kind of knock off some of that onto the back of my hand. You can tap off the excess, and I like to just kind of build this up. These are pigmented. They blend like a dream. This is incredibly beautiful, whether you use just the powder or you layer the creams together. It's stunning. I have so many shades. I only bought one when these first launched, and that was a mistake. I said it in a previous video. I should have just bought all the shades that I like. So I went back, and now I have, I think, 4 total. I have their eyeshadow palettes. They're coming out with a lot of new products. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing some amazing things from this brand as more makeup launches happen, and I'm here for it. I'm excited, and I'm happy for the brand to see them kind of have a comeback. And this is the base complexion so far for today. I'm here for it. I am so excited. This just kind of pumps me up and gets me excited to sit down and do this again tomorrow. I was so missing this. This is what my soul needed, okay? This is looking fabulous, dewy, fresh, not too heavy. Doesn't feel like I have anything on, which is great. And now we get to do something with the eyes. We have honestly a lot of lip products to talk about. I have the new mascara from e.l.f, the Incredi-Curl, which we're gonna try out. New shadow sticks from L'Oreal. Did you know that these launched? I bought a couple shades. I love the lace shadow sticks from L'Oreal, are 10 out of 10. So the new shades, I will say, lean very, very dark. So not typically light kind of summer type shades that you would think. They do have lighter shades. Beautiful range, honestly. The formula is spectacular. It's like, Laura Mercier who? You don't need to spend that kind of money. Bobbi Brown shadow sticks? Nope. These are cheaper, and they're honestly better. I love them. I absolutely love this formula. And then we also have a new bite-size eyeshadow palette from e.l.f. I love these. These are $4. Yeah, $4. Total Smokeshow is what this one is called. And these are very dark, kind of smoky, sultry kind of colors. So we're gonna play with some products, lots of lip things, and I'm eyeing this lip product from L'Oreal. Let me just show you, okay? You know my love for the plumping lip oils, but they have now the plumping lip oils with the pH. So I bought 4 shades. I'm not messing around this time, okay? I bought all the shades that I wanted. I'm like, give them to me now. So I bought all of these. They probably will all honestly look the same because that whole pH thing, I don't really know if I buy into it too much, but I'm gonna give it a shot, okay? So I bought 4 of those. I have a new lip oil that's tinted from Revlon, new matte products from Maybelline, new plumpers from Milani. This one has a bunch of sparkle to it. Look at that. I cannot wait to put this on. New lip liners. Milani has new lip liners, plumping lip liners. Pray for me that doesn't burn my lips off. What else? Oh, we have some new gloss sticks from Revolution. This is supposed to be, I think, their version of the Fenty Gloss Balm sticks, which I think are absolutely worth the high-end price point, by the way. And if this is gonna be anything like that, yes, let's just do it. Let's just go ahead. I've already went ahead and applied the primer. This is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I don't have a drugstore brand eyeshadow primer that actually works on me ever. And now that we're in a different state where it's actually hotter and much more humid, I'm thinking that it's a good idea to use this, and it is called Shadow Insurance, so it's an insurance policy to make sure my shadow stays on and doesn't crease on me. It's very humid where we live right now, and so this, I feel like it might crease. It never did before, but it could, so let's just kind of prevent that. That's the shade called Celestial Taupe. It is so, so pretty. It's kind of like a bronze shade with a little hint of a cool kind of smokiness to it, so it's really, really pretty. Again, deeper shades with these new colors and new shade extensions, but the formula is spectacular. Typically what I like to do is just kind of do one eye at a time, scribble these on, and these feel cooling, soft, just like water going on. And I use my fingers most of the time. You could use a brush, but I would recommend that you use a little bit and kind of build it up, and also do one eye at a time because these do set. And as I said before, I never had issues with creasing, but I want to make sure that with this intense humidity right now in the South, that I'm going to be able to have my shadow stay on and look nice all the way through the rest of the day. And it doesn't take a lot of effort and energy to blend these out. Oops, I got a little bit of a lash there. But look at that. It gives you a little bit of smokiness, but it's not too dark. It's not too much for daytime. It's appropriate to go anywhere. Go to the store, go out for lunch, go to dinner. School is going to be starting next month, which is wild. Pick up your kids, go drop them off. It's not too dark. It's like the perfect everyday kind of smoky shade, and I absolutely love it. Now, they do have some other shades that run deeper, and I think one of them is a black color. Yes, it's all night black, $4.90. So I bought this one to use as a liner, like a smoky liner. But this color, yes, this is an immediate yes. I can see myself wearing this all the time. And this lash on my cheek here is driving me nuts. And I can't even get it. It's like it wants to stay on there. Anyways, let's do this other side. I take that same color and I'm gonna run that on my lower lashes. And again, using my fingers. You could use a brush too, but it just takes really no effort at all. It glides on like butter. It's like so soft, silky, smooth. And then you just run your finger to soften that a little bit. And honestly, it's done. It honestly could not be easier. I want to touch on some eyeliners really quickly because I do think that these are pretty great. So e.l.f. has some new Smoky Kohl Liners. I talked about these in a previous video. I did do swatches. I did a look with these. I went back and bought the other shades that were out of stock or that I just kind of thought twice about when I bought these. And that just kind of shows you how much I love this formula, and it's easy and it's super affordable. I want to say that these are also like $4 or $5. It's insane. And I bought the Rare Emerald, which is a forest green. Finally got the white that was out of stock when I bought the initial collection to do a review on, and it's back in stock. I bought the citrine, which again, that was also out of stock. This is kind of like a chartreuse kind of green, which is kind of cool. It's bright, it's fun. And what I did in a previous video was I took the sky blue in the inner corner. So I'm thinking I want to try that with this shade. This looks really pretty. And then I also got the vintage denim, which is a navy blue. Have not tried these colors yet, but I know they're going to be amazing. I will admit though, I have been reaching for, where is it? It's the French Rose. It's somewhere around here. Did I grab all the ones? Anyways, it's French Rose. This is actually a lip liner from e.l.f. Not that shade. But these, they're great. I love them, and I'm trying to find my French Rose shade. I think it's in my little bin, but I use these all the time. And you know what? I should try this color actually. Let's put those away. This is the shade called Smoke Signal, which is a dark smoky gray, and it might play nicely with the gray tones with this shadow stick. So that is the gray eyeliner color. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of line, as I typically do, really close to the lash line. And you can smudge these out with your finger or a brush. And I'm just gonna create a thin line to give the illusion of a thicker lash line. I don't want it to be too obvious. And I've also tight lined with these as well. And they're very creamy and very, very soft. The final step for any eye look is a good mascara. This is not an optional step. This is a must-have. You have to put mascara on to finish the look. This is a new e.l.f. Incredi-Curl. I saved the actual exterior packaging. It says 168% improvement in volume, 102% improvement in curl. So that's what that looks like. And I'm pretty sure these are already in store. I did order mine when it first launched in the shade called Pitch Black. I think I ordered this directly from e.l.f. or was it Ulta? I think it was e.l.f. directly. This is what the packaging looks like. It's black with a silver cap. It has that sort of curved shape that you typically find in a lot of curling mascaras with a pretty full brush, I would say. It's kind of a little shorter in the front, but then it gradually gets a little bit wider and thicker as it gets to the base of the wand. But I think that the curve is a nice gentle curve where it could fit pretty nicely on the eyes and not feel awkward. Has that ever happened to you? Where it feels kind of awkward and you just feel like it just doesn't sit right and it's more work than what it's worth? I've had that happen to me, so let's hope for the best with this one. And yeah, I feel like the curve on this is kind of like the curve of my eye shape. So that's a good thing to know, that it's not kind of like oddly shaped where it feels weird or bizarre to hold. It's transferring nicely. Now I do think that this is so far, now keep in mind, this is my first time brand new mascara. It is depositing quite light of a formula onto the lashes, not quite as thick and volumizing as I would want. Now that's probably because it is new. So we're gonna go back in and build it up, but that is just one generous coat from inner corner to outer corner. The bare lashes on my left side here. So you can see there is a difference, but I like a little bit more thickness. I like a little bit more intensity. I like drama only in my lashes. So I gotta build this up a little bit. So let's go ahead and do some more. And just kind of wiggle at the base and pull this up. And if this can hold a curl for just a couple bucks at the drugstore, that's gonna be awesome to have. And this is the mascara with 2 coats and then nothing. A true difference. Do you see that? That is, wow, the lashes are lifted, and let's just hope, fingers crossed, that it actually keeps that curl, keeps that hold and that lift all day. And if it does, this is winner, winner, chicken dinner. I mean, I would have to admit that the majority of e.l.f. mascaras haven't always been my favorite. The only one that I absolutely love, it's a ride or die, it's the tubing formula, it's the lash extender. I will link it for you down below. That's what I use on my vacation trip. I've been using that if I do makeup. That's the mascara that I use because it's a tubing formula. It stays on. It did not flake, not once when I was at Disney, and it was hot, sweaty, getting on rides, regular rides, water rides, going to Universal Studios, being out in the Florida heat and humidity. Not a single flake on my under eye or my face from that mascara. It was truly a great idea to bring that with me on vacation. I'm glad I took that tubing formula because I don't know what I would have done with regular mascara at Disney World. Okay, I would have had raccoon eyes immediately. Okay, so I will link it for you if you need a tubing formula or you need something special for the summertime. Please check that mascara out. It's gonna change your life. It's so good. But this is actually pretty incredible. No pun intended now, okay? It's called Incredi-Curl, but it's incredible. I can't. Mascara is complete. I also did use that same mascara on the lower lashes just a little bit to highlight every lash and do a very thin coat so that it looks a little bit more cohesive. Lower lash mascara is optional. You don't have to, but I think it makes a difference when I do use the mascara versus skipping it on the lower lashes. But from where I'm sitting right now, I am very impressed with how this worked out for me from the jump. And it's very seldom where a mascara is just truly really great from the start. Sometimes mascaras need to hang out for a little while and kind of just chill out in the drawer or in your makeup bag, and they get better over time. And if this is one of those cases where it's really great from the start, but it gets even better, that could potentially be one of my go-tos from the drugstore. It could even be like top shelf type product. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Have you tried this? If you have, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I want to try some of these plumping pH adjusting type products from L'Oreal without putting on anything else on my lips, so we can really see what this is going to do, if it's going to look the same or if each shade is going to be slightly different. So like I said before, I bought 4 shades. The lightest one is pH Rose number 020. The blue one is called Crystal Ice 010. Then shade 050 is pH Lilac, which is the purple one. And then PH Berry Noir 090. So 090 and the lilac. So let me just show you the difference. 090 is the top shade, which is the Berry Noir. And then this bottom one is the lilac. So there is a little bit of a difference. However, you can still see the applicator, so not much is gonna happen. So let's go ahead and start with the lightest, the pink. Let's go to blue, and then we'll do the purple shades afterwards. So let's go ahead and insert some swatches. First up is PH Rosé. This is PH Rosé. Next is Crystal Ice. And this is Crystal Ice. Next up is PH Lilac. And this is PH Lilac. And lastly, PH Berry Noir. This is Berry Noir. Out of the 4 swatches that I shared with you today, which one do you think was the one that you saw the most color from, the most pigment? It's kind of hard to tell, honestly, the difference because they, to me, look the same. I would say that the only one that kind of looked a little bit different was the last one, which is the one that I still have on now. That's called Berry Noir. That's number 090. So out of all of these, if you wanted something with a little bit more color, you're probably better off going with something a little bit deeper. But as I'm sitting here, I can feel the tingle. I can feel the fullness of my lips. So these actually do plump, but it's not painful to me at least. So these are not an incredible, like you have to stop and go out and purchase these shades specifically. The original ones though, the Worth It shade is my absolute favorite. I will link it for you down below. That is just truly the most beautiful everyday lip color. You need to try it. And since we're on that plumping lip train, we might as well throw in another plumping product. This is from Milani. These are the Keep It Full Max Balm-shells. This one has all of those sparkles. Look at how beautiful. I'm still, yes, in my glitter era. I like my glitter shadows, a glitter lip. Don't even get me started. So this is definitely right up my alley. This is shade number 230, Sparkling Pink. Ooh, and this smells actually quite fruity. And we're gonna see. I took off the PH products from L'Oreal, and I feel like the last shade, Berry Noir, did leave a little bit of a tint, right? You can actually see it. So let's go ahead and add a little bit of sparkle and kind of jazz this up a little bit. Oh my, what? Stop it right now. Do you see the sparkle and the shine? Stop. Okay, I love the sparkle. I love the way this feels. Thick, nourishing, but not too thick. Feels like butter. And I really don't feel much of anything right now from this because my lips are still kind of plumping from this product from L'Oreal. But if it stays this sensation, I'm fine with it. But if it starts to burn, that's gonna be a bad thing because I don't like too much of a burn on my lips, but that is beautiful. And this is Sparkling Pink. Took that off, and just a side note, these sparkles do hang on a little bit longer, so when that gloss fades and kind of goes away, you still have sparkle lips, which is a good thing. So now let's go ahead and amp things up a little bit more and plump even further with this plumping lip liner from Milani. These are the new Keep It Full plumping lip liners, and I chose the shade 110, Go All A Pout. Cute name. Let me swatch this for you here so you can see the color. Typical go-to Lexi type of shade. It's a pink kind of nude color, something that I can wear with everything. I don't really have to put a lot of thought and energy into choosing the shade because these are my go-tos. So let's go ahead and line with this one. And that's the Milani Plumping Lip Liner in Go All A Pout. And this shade is just right up my alley. Like I said before, it's a typical Lexi type of shade. I don't really have to think about it. I put it on. Goes with anything, whether I have a full eye look or kind of a little bit more minimal like I did today, just a shadow stick. It is a shade that's kind of like my lips but better, and I don't really have to put energy and thought into it. I could just pick it up, put it on and go. And I like the shade. It was creamy, it's pigmented, it's smooth. Again, no plumping sensation that I can feel from this right now because my lips still kind of plump and tingle from the L'Oreal product. But I do like this shade. And I think, why not just go back in with some more glitter, right? Okay, we gotta do it. We have to do this combo, and let me just show you what that looks like. Oh, stop. Stop right there. Take all my money, Milani. Right now. Right? How pretty. Let's sneak in one more lip swatch, and we'll save the rest of the new products for a separate video because it is getting a little bit on the longer side this video. But I have to try these. These are the gloss sticks from Revolution, and I think that these are supposed to be a dupe for the Fenty Gloss Bomb sticks, which I absolutely love, and I would buy every single shade, absolutely, without even thinking twice. This shade that I ordered is Sweet Rose, and again, this is from Revolution Beauty. It has a very similar component with a twist up that's a little bit more angled, and that's what the product looks like. So pretty, and let's go ahead and swatch it right next to the Milani lip liner. Okay. Okay, stop right now. Do you see how pigmented this is and how glossy that is? Okay. The Drugstore is really stepping it up, you guys. I'm telling you, they're not messing around. Let's take this glitter off, which I'm sad to take off because that was so pretty. But I just gotta try this. Let's go in with this shade. Oh yeah. Oh my, what? That's the gloss stick from Revolution in the shade called Sweet Rose. Hold the phone. This feels so similar to the Fenty Gloss Bombs. It's like butter. It goes on full pigment. You saw that. This shade is absolutely stunning. This shine, the pigmentation. The reason why I love the Fenty was because it's so conditioning and nourishing. It's a full color lip product, so it's like a lipstick. Then it's like a gloss. It's a lip treatment. It's all of those things into one tube. It's like put it on and go. And this is exactly the same thing, but at a fraction of the cost. I should have bought more shades. I should have bought more shades. Okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to take a trip to Ulta, which I'm not mad about, honestly, because I love going there, and my daughters love going with me. So we're gonna have to buy some more of these because this was wow. Okay, tell me that that's not pretty. And that is it. We finished our first makeup look and video in the new house, and it feels so great to sit down and play with makeup and spend some time with you today. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for watching and hanging with me through this entire video. Thank you for watching all of my previous videos that I posted. All of the pre-recorded, pre-filmed things went up. So I have no new content except for this one today that's gonna go up very, very soon. Stay tuned. I will post more videos and still try to keep my 2 videos a week schedule that I've been doing for years now. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. Everything is gonna be listed and linked for you down below. And I've gotta say, complete roundup of everything, I'm very impressed. Like, there was nothing in this video that was an absolute dud that I would tell you to stay away from. Everything was just beautiful, and it just feels good to have a good makeup day. And I know you understand that. If you're here watching this video, then you love makeup just as much as I do. And this was such a fun video to play with everything and it to look like this. Fresh, natural, soft. Not too much, not too little, just right. And I love it. And thanks for being here, for watching. I hope you're doing well. Take care, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.